Rahul Gandhi's plea against his conviction in the defamation case. That hearing has now begun in the Surat Sessions Court. We're getting you details. This time around, Rahul Gandhi has been exempted from appearing personally in the case. His legal team is currently there arguing on his behalf. Rahul Gandhi hasn't appeared in court, but we are expecting details coming in on exactly what's happening in the hearing. Will there be a decision taken by court? Highly unlikely, because both sides were given a chance first to go ahead and put forth their arguments, but there will be a decision on Rahul Gandhi's appeal, on Rahul Gandhi filing an appeal in the Sessions Court on a number of issues. One is seeking a stay on, in fact, the sentencing which has already happened, but he's also wanted the conviction and he's challenged the conviction. So we'll see whether really that is something that's overturned or not by the Sessions Court. Rahul has already challenged the 2-year jail term that's been given by the court. Remember that the conviction has been put on hold because you've got the sentencing, rather, I beg your pardon, has been put on hold because the Sessions Court has said, let us first hear the matter, hear Rahul Gandhi's petition before we go ahead and decide on this issue. So we'll see what happens in the Surat court. As I mentioned, Rahul Gandhi is not there personally. He has been exempted from appearing in the case. His legal team is currently arguing on his behalf. But this particular case is something that Rahul Gandhi will be hoping he gets relief in. What happens in the Surat Sessions Court will decide his fate as a member of parliament as well in this particular in this case, considering that he's been disqualified after the conviction. So Rahul Gandhi's application is on two fronts. One is the suspension of the sentence and the other is for a stay on the conviction. Last month, in fact, after the court had in fact gone ahead and convicted Rahul Gandhi when he was present in court, he soon after that, almost 2 weeks later, had approached the Surat Sessions Court with an appeal. And now the court will be deciding on his application with regards to whether his conviction should be stayed or not. His sentence has been suspended because the court is hearing this matter, but that doesn't really provide him any relief as far as disqualification is concerned. He needs the conviction to be stayed for the disqualification to be really set aside. So he will be hoping that there will be some relief that really comes in from the Sessions Court, because the countdown is already on to the 2024 elections. There's obviously a huge dent on Rahul Gandhi's political career as a result of this particular case. And if he wants and hopes for any chance of really being able to contest in the 2024 election or making his comeback in Parliament before that, he will have to ensure that he gets relief from the Sessions Court right now and get a stay on that conviction, which hasn't happened so far. The court is hearing right now the matter. We are expecting updates to come in, but there will be arguments put forth by both Rahul's team as well as by the prosecution in this particular case. Remember, in the last hearing, Rahul Gandhi was there along with his sister Priyanka, and all the senior Congress leaders were present in a clear show of strength, a show of solidarity. It was a 10-minute court appearance for which the Congress pulled all stops to send out a very clear message to the BJP and to all political opponents that they're not going to bow down in this fight. Rahul Gandhi has said, I will not apologize. Now, even as we track this case very closely, remember that he's now facing the threat of another defamation over his comments on Savarkar. Rahul Gandhi, in fact, will be hoping for a stay on the conviction. His sentence has been suspended, so there's no question of him really going to jail. But conviction must be stayed for the disqualification of, for his disqualification as a member of parliament to really be set aside. Nalini is joining us with more details on this. Nalini, what's really expected in court today? Will there be a decision or is it merely arguments that will be put forth?
Akshita, today the hearing before the Sessions Court is essentially on Rahul Gandhi's application that has been filed seeking a stay on his conviction. Now, the reason why it's crucial is because it's this stay on conviction that Rahul Gandhi needs to get his disqualification from the parliament overturned. So, in case the Session Court goes ahead and grants the stay on his conviction, which is of the Chief Judicial Magistrate Court's order where Rahul Gandhi was found guilty of criminal defamation and he was sentenced to 2 years. If the Sessions Court now stays that conviction, then Rahul Gandhi can hopefully hope to get his MP seat back from Wayanad by sending the communication to the Parliament Secretariat as well as the Election Commission. A crucial aspect in this is that the Election Commission has still not announced the by-polls for Wayanad, which means that the seat is still vacant. So there is a glimmer of hope for Rahul Gandhi. But at the same time, his legal team will be pushing to get this conviction stayed as early as possible. We are also given to understand that this is the first time that we'll hear arguments from the Gujarat government as well as the original complainant, who was called Purnesh Modi, who had filed this defamation case against Rahul Gandhi, because both of them had been asked to file their responses by the 13th, which is today. So they will also likely be putting forth their stand before the court and most probably opposing a stay on conviction. Remember, this is only the interim application that is going to be heard today, but this interim application hopefully is going to at least set the status quo for Rahul Gandhi when it comes to the fact as to whether or not he is going to continue to be disqualified. It is slightly unlikely that the order might be out today itself, but crucial arguments are expected before the Surat Sessions Court, and we'll have to wait and watch out for how early the Surat Sessions Court will be able to give an order on this aspect, because Rahul Gandhi's legal team will definitely be pushing for an early order to try and get his disqualification vacated as soon as possible.
Also, interestingly, and Nalini, going by what's happening today in the Sessions Court as well, this definitely looks like it's going to be a long-drawn legal battle for Rahul Gandhi.
Well, there's no doubt about that, because Akshita, the aspects that are involved and the fact that Rahul Gandhi is going through the hierarchy of the courts, and at each stage of the legal proceedings, he or the complainant are going to have the option to challenge it before the higher court. It will be a slightly long drawn out legal battle. But at the same time, that is essentially why this interim order is going to be so crucial, because that is going to determine what the status quo is. Like we saw in the last hearing, when the Sessions Court had stayed the sentence that Rahul Gandhi had got for 2 years until the end of the proceedings, which means that Rahul Gandhi will not have to face jail time at all. So that is what is determining the status quo during the time that these proceedings are pending before the Sessions Court. The actual hearing in the appeal filed by Rahul Gandhi challenging the order of the Chief Judicial